So actually, we are a synthetic fabric manufacturer. Sorry for the inconvenience, team. Right? So actually, we are a synthetic fabric manufacturer, and we are basically produce polyester and nylon fabric based fabrics for global leading brands such as Nike, Lululemon, L Brands, Decathlon, and MNS, and etc. Right? So, and also Trishul Fabric has given more than 900 employment opportunity for our community, and we produce more than 4 million kilograms of fabric in annually. That is our capacity. We are currently certified for, you can see in your right hand side, we are currently certified for ISO 14000, 14001, ISO 45001, ISO 50001, ISO 14064, that is a greenhouse gas emission certification, and also OICO test and GHG. GHG is the, GRS is the global recycle standard. That certificate also we taken recently. And also as a factory, we are registered with ISA and also the HIG index. That is all about the Trishul Fabric. And before we actually go into the content, I would like to remind you about the two key house rules, right? So number one, you all can raise your questions through the chat box by mentioning your email address, right? And we are here to answer all questions. But if any time challenges occurred, right, with the time permission, we will back to you by email with the answers, right? So that is number one. Number two, please inbox if you have any suggestions to improve our process further too, right? Also welcome your suggestion also, right? Number three, please mute your microphone until we open your questions time, right? So with that, we'll move to the content, right? I know you all are working for the best facilities, right, in the region, because as you are responsible supplier to Lululemon, right? But I hope this session will support you to improve your sustainable business process and practices further, right? So here, as you all know, right, to run a business, we need a vision with the purpose and strategy to achieve the organizational goals, right? So as a part of that, we launched our sustainable business strategy in 2022, aligned with the company vision and the purpose, right? We called it as a 3Ps strategy, right? 3Ps strategy. Here we have enabled 3 protectors: protect lives, protect planet, and protect business. Right? Protect lives will be more focused on employees' well-being, while we focus in nature and business continuity from other 2 protectors. Right? We developed this strategy basically based on our stakeholders' requirements. So, and those stakeholders mean all community and other requirements, and also our partners, MS Holdings and West Pacific. So, and those are the foundation of this 3Ps house, right? And as you can see, context of these three key pillars are wider to set a target, right? So we have divided those key pillars to sub-pillars for an easy monitoring purpose, right? Then we have set our targets to each sub-pillar by considering the overall business goals, right? So under Protect Lives, Health and Safety, MSDNA, Sustainable Pay and Sustainable Pay, Wages and Benefit part, those are the sub-pillars, right? Under Protect Planet, we focused on emission, energy, water, waste, chemical management, sustainable products, and biodiversity. And I mentioned here the current level and our targets. I'm not going to talk about those things because we are going to talk about in in next few slides, right? And here also one word is here, biodiversity. Why biodiversity? We identify that without a balanced and thriving ecosystem, no business or community can survive in the long term, right? So we set our goal to restore biodiversity in 100 times the space that we are occupied by 2025. Currently, we are in 11 acres. Yes, near to 11 acres. So our target is 1,100 acres in 2025. We are going to replant. So, right, and also it's strongly aligned to the Sustainable Business Goal, SDG. Right, and under last pillar, protect business, under business protection pillar, we are here to plan strengthen our business context while satisfying our stakeholders' requirements or demands. Right, so those are the key idea about our strategy. We have 3 key pillars: protect lives, protect planet, and protect business. Under each key pillars, we have sub pillars to achieve our goals. Right. With that, next slides will explain to you what we have done for achieve our set targets in each key pillars. Right. Right. Hope guys you all have got the idea, and so I will move to the protect lives part. Right. Protect lives. Here we are going to more focus on health and safety of this key pillar. Other 2 align with MSDN and equality and sustainable pay. Those 2 key pillars we will follow with the time permission. Right. Here I'm going to talk about the safety part. Right. Here, right. Under safety, what is the most valuable resource? Right. But before that, I want to ask one question. As you all know, if we have investment, right, to do a business, we need another 4 resources. Right. What are those? We need the 4 resources. Can anyone say those 4 resources? Right. No. Actually, we call it 4 M's. We need man, machine, method, material. Right? If we have an investment, we need these 4 resources to run a business. Right? Here, most value assessed resource is what? Human resource. So as a company, we have been prioritized health and safety of our workforce to achieve zero lost time injuries work environment. Right? Why we prioritize it? Because we had a considerable number of lost time accidents in 2021. Right? Our LTIFR was 29.1. Right? Basically, LTIFR is a lost time injury frequency rate. So basically, we use leading and lagging indicators for measure the health and safety performance. Yes, basically we use to measure that, and one of our lagging indicators is LTIFR, lost time injury frequency rate. Right? Actually, LTIFR will give you an indicator lost time injuries occurring frequency when 100 employees working in a calendar year. We calculated in 200 work hours, but basically in globally it's calculated in 1 million or 2 million. It's based on the pure workforce. Right?
John seems not moving. Could everyone mute yourself, please? We still hear the noise. Yeah, now it's moving.
Right. So, so as a part of that, we have analyzed our previous accidents to take the right direction to our roadmap. Right. From that, we were able to identify. From that root cause analysis, we were able to identify two major reasons of this accident number, right? One is space challenge. Number one is space challenge. Number two is behavior of all levels, right? Space challenge actually take care by our management, and now it's currently we fully control with that. But as a sustainable business team, we take care about the behavior of our employee. So we had several discussions with management and came up with the plan to achieve the set targets, right? We actually, based on that discussions, beginning of 2022, we were able to launch We Are Responsible program at the Tricia Management Forum, right? So I'm not going to explain about these slides, but I will give you a brief idea about this program, right? This program will focus to mature the organization existing safety culture in different way, right? I will give you a brief idea how we develop this We Are Responsible program. So as a first step, we have introduced 5 levels of safety culture to create a behavior-based safety work environment, safe work environment, right? What are those? I have mentioned here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is a 5 levels. So number one, or level 1 culture is denial culture. If you are maintaining, what is the denial culture? If you are maintaining legal and other fundamental requirements of the safety, that culture we identified as a denial culture. That is a level 1, right? Number 2, reactive culture, right? Simply repeating the same accident or incident, infrequently or regularly within the organization, while you maintain the fundamental requirements of the safety. That culture we can identify it as a reactive culture. That is a level 2, right? Level 3 is static culture. If you are sustaining the implemented corrective action within the organization without any deviations, that culture will be in a level 3. That is a static culture. Level 4 or proactive culture. Proactive culture, you know, as you all know, if we can proactively identify the risk and mitigate those risks based on the risk hierarchy, control hierarchy, that culture we identify as a proactive culture. That is a level 4, right? Level 5 is the dynamic culture. That is a conceptual culture. Simply we can say this culture will support to employees to think, right? That he is safe more than his home. This is the 5 levels of safety culture. So, and also the definition of that, right? So hope you got the idea about that 5 levels, right, guys? Right. We'll move to the next mission. So we identified that one, and so our next mission was to identify the method to measure the level of maturity of these culture, right? We identify the culture, levels of culture, and then our target is to, we need to measure that level. Where are we, right? So we develop monitoring tool to identify it in the organization. We develop one tool to identify that, right? We call it Sustainable Business Assessment Tool, or SBAT, right? Then we done some trial with that tool and readjust it based on the practice or review trials, and from that we have identified that tool was only support us to measure till level 3, that is the static culture. So we have developed another tool called Beyond Compliance, right? Actually that tool will support us to measure next 2 levels once we achieve the static culture as a company. Currently, Trishul Fabric is in the beginning of the static culture. Right. As a summary, now we have developed the strategy with the monitoring method. Now we need to aware the team, give them a responsibility of this program, right? Because as you all know, we cannot change any culture. We cannot change any culture without having a team support and commitment, right? Still, I'm in this slide, right? So we identify the strategy and we identify the monitoring system, right? Then next is the awareness. So we have conducted awareness session for all levels, right, to take their commitment towards this program. In here, we have taken external parties and local safety leaders to conduct a leadership trainings, right? Other balance trainings we were conducted internally, team members, executive and all, right? So once we complete the awareness session and rounds, we have set KPIs for all levels with the 15% weightage of their overall set of KPIs. Here I want to mention that our CEO has given us a remarkable support to set the said KPIs, right? And we have given responsibility for leadership, drive this program in their nominated departments. As a sustainable business team, we measured the department-wise performance in monthly basis and report to the ESCO meeting. ESCO is our leadership. There is 6 or 7 leaders, right? So ESCO meeting in monthly. And also each ESCO member, that leadership, right, need to present their current gaps and action plan at the meeting. Basically, they are responsible to maintain, right? Responsible to maintain their individual department's performance to achieve marks from that monthly assessment tool above 95% in monthly basis, right? Apart from that, we have given a responsibility to conduct a CEO safety observation tour. CEO is responsible to do a safety observation tour once in 2 weeks, right, in nominated departments by us. Then what we have done is then that output of his report, we will link to the monthly assessment tool in positively and negatively, right? Then actually the next pass is actually now we monitor and give the responsibility to do the awareness and everything. So then we plan to reward them, appreciate their commitment. That is the last level, right? So we have reward safest department in monthly and CEO safety award in annually. It was actually support us to create a competition within the department. If I show you the safest department, I don't think it's shown. Right, this is the award which we are giving to a department. We engraving department's name here, right? So, so it was actually support us to create a competition within the departments, right? So as a result of that, they innovate and launched new practices to their operations for mitigate the risk at their own work environment. Apart from that, we have linked these results, the monthly results, with the employees' production incentive to motivate the team members' morale towards the safety culture. After all these activities, finally we were able to reduce, right? You can see here in the last part, current level, right? We were able to reduce accident by 81.4% over 2021 LTIFR. LTIFR. also we have achieved positive safety culture within the organization. So team, actually this is a teamwork and top to bottom approach. Most important, this is the monthly KPI monitoring system. So I have explained all things at the before slide. So as mentioned here, we monthly monitoring all the department based on the our SPAT sustainable business assessment tool. And here most important thing is we following, or we are doing that audit based on the yes, basically we are using online platform to perform this audit tool. So we have another 30 minutes to discuss about that. So I will explain about that audit tool in that 30 minutes, right? And here is the sum of the evidence, right? Some of the evidence of our We Are Responsible program. You can see monthly award system and also leadership training, monthly audit summary also here, and other awareness training and the level 5 cultural levels awareness banners and flyers, right? This is some of the evidence, right? Right. So that is our safety key pillars, how run within the organization with the We Are Responsible program, right? Hope guys you got the idea about that, and hope all are so far so good, right? With that, I will move to the quiz, right? Right. I will give you 1 minute to answer these questions, right? To answer this question. So please scan this QR code through your phone and log into the quiz, right? There is only 2 questions. While that, I will open the performance sheet. Please scan this QR code from your mobile phone and answer for those questions. Good. 19 responses.